you done now?
Please help yourself to a drink, if you'd like.
Not the cognac, just in case.
Just in case of what?
What now?
Now? We should have told him.
Oh, very well for you to say that now.
I said it then. Shut up!
Let's clean this up.
Hello? Maybe the cop answered it. And who shall I say is calling? Would you hold on, please? Let me out of here! Let me out of here! You have no right to shut me in!
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Clue, the movie podcast, where we break down the 1985 cult classic movie Clue 1 minute at a time. My name is Brad Gilmore. I'm joined by General Jeff Smith. Jeffrey, we are back here again, minute 59. We're almost an hour in.
So close to an hour. Yes, it's very exciting. We're back with Bill Henderson, locked in a room.
Now, we're coming off of the Gaelic Shrug episode, which is going to go down in the history and annals of time as maybe one of the best episodes ever, even though we were sick and I was outside and all the great stuff.
That's how you know it was going to be good, because in spite of the universe trying to keep the Clue movie podcast down, sometimes little gifts like the Gaelic Shrug present themselves, and you just got to get out of the way. And that's what happened. So I've been dreading all week coming into this one because I know it's not going to be as good as last week's. So we'll put that out there right now. Minute 59 is not our best.
Well, but it's here. It's here. We're here. We're doing it.
Yeah. It might be our best. We don't know.
We don't know yet. We have to find out.
Yeah. Right. Speaking of best, one of my favorite lines that I quote from this very minute is Wadsworth when he goes, "What now?" It's a very strange line to quote, but I like it very much. Thank you, Tim.
Well, it's your line to quote. You don't have to have any reasoning. You just have to have the line. Yeah. Now, where we pick up is the cop going into the library. And first thing I want to ask you about is, okay, if you're trying to not be suspicious, why would you want to lock the cop in the library? Explain this.
Lock him in they're the loudest lockers too, as far as when they turn a key. It's not very subtle at all. They really you might as well hear the old medieval hinge going as they lock him in, because everybody knows they've been locked in, and he knows right away. And I wonder who. So the cop, as I like to call him, because that's all he's called, Bill Henderson, likes. Yeah, the cop. We gave him a name though. You gave him a name last week. Do you remember?
Yes, Officer Pendansky.
Right. Officer Pendansky was reaching for the phone. Who do you think he was going to call?
Ooh.
Yeah.
I mean, backup, right?
About to go, I guess. And then the movie would have totally changed.
Well, you know what? Is that not something that I guess we didn't talk about that in the Gaelic Shrug of what? Okay. Cops saw the motorist's car broken down. He goes up to the house that the car is most near and then asks to use the phone.
Right. So in 1954, New England, did they not have radios to call for backup?
Radio was invented. We know this.
Yeah, we know there's radio. And
I wonder what So TV. Do you think that was his thing? Hey, I guess logically speaking, I'm going to go to this house. I'll use their phone and I'll call for a wrecker.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to waste precious radio time on that.
But is that what he may have been calling for? Because what else would be his reasoning?
It's very suspicious, because we know that he's there not for real cop reasons. He's there because he's been told by Mr. Body to show up. He's probably getting a little some extra cash money for showing up, and then he's got the old. I guess that's what you would say at that time. Anytime you went to someone's house, either the bathroom or the the phone, and he opted for the phone. They both went for the phone.
It's
a very popular phone. And
Did
even
you
the power
ever-
goes out, but the phone stays on. Although the power doesn't really go out; they turn it off. That's right. It's not the storm.
Now you're the kind of person we've documented on the show. You're adverse to getting a massage due to you don't want to
Right.
inconvenience somebody. Would
I don't
you
wanna
ever
inconvenience
ask?
anybody?
Would you ever ask a random person, like knock on their door and ask to use the restroom? Would that ever happen in your life?
It would have to be like a very severe. But there are other options, especially if you're by yourself in the middle of nowhere in the middle of the night. I think I would probably find other ways to. If bathroom was the reason I was out of the car, then it's uncomfortable, but side of the road sometimes is your best bet. No, I wouldn't go to someone's house. I think that's how horror movies start. And look what happened to the cop.
And look what happened to the cop. Now,
Yeah, he just wanted to use the phone.
Going back to their statement of innocence here, they're not doing good for themselves by
They're really bad
locking
at
the
it. Yeah,
cop,
you're right.
locking the cop in the phone, locking the cop in the library, loud
Yeah.
lockers, and then the phone rings. Now, when the phone rings, before the cop is able to pick it up, phone rings, and we do not know who this is yet. I mean, we know who it is, but we don't know who it is yet.
No.
This was a nice twist. I like this. I like the cop answers the phone. And I wish I could, again, this is one of those, I wish I could transport myself back to the time.
Yeah, what did you think was happening? Who's calling?
So I could figure out, what did I think? Like,
and you
what
know
are
that
they calling?
Wadsworth is nervous about it too, because he immediately says maybe the cop answered it, which he is not happy about. It only rings, once, twice? Yeah.
Well, he's right there. He's right there.
Well, he was ready to call the motorist's wife. I don't know.
Now you said your favorite line, one of your favorite lines of quote is "What now?"
What now?
Which is an apropos question to ask at this particular juncture in
life.
time.
Yeah,
at any time.
Really,
especially when what they're going through, trying to figure out, hey, what do we do now? We have a cop locked in the library. I don't know what to do.
Right. We just had a chandelier crash, which they're cool about cleaning up. I wonder where they're dragging that chandelier, by the way, because he says, let's clean this up. And then we kind of cut back to them when he says, maybe the cop answered the phone. And then we'll see in the next minute, it's gone. I don't know where they decided to drag that enormous broken chandelier. And he's got his broom, so he's definitely sweeping up the glass. He is a good butler. I will give Wadsworth that. He cleans up a chandelier that's fallen from the ceiling in like lickety-split time.
Lickety-split it is. Now, if we go to the original draft here on Clue the Movie Podcast to see what's going on in the original draft in this minute, let me break it down. Wadsworth, please help yourself to a drink if you'd like. Not the cognac, though, just in case. Cop, in case of what? But Wadsworth has shut the door also with a bang and locked it. But this time he is in a big hurry and leaves the key in the lock. He hurries back. Yeah, he hurries back along the hall to the sixth guest in Yvette still standing, panic-stricken. Wadsworth, what now? Mr. Green, we should have told him. We see and they see the door handle being jiggled up and down. Mrs. Peacock, it's all very well to say that now. Mr. Green indignantly, I said it then. Oh, shut up. Mr. Green, well, I didn't do it. Oh, shut up. And then they all look pretty threatening, so Mr. Green shuts up. Interior of the library. The cop is trying to open the locked door. Puzzled, he leaves it and crosses to the telephone. He is about to lift the receiver when it rings very loud. He jumps. Then he answers it. Cop. Hello? Yes? Okay. Interior. The hall. Wadsworth and the group have frozen. Colonel Mustard. Was that the phone? Wadsworth. Yes. Colonel Mustard. Has it been answered? Wadsworth. Seems like it. His eyes widen. Maybe the cop answered it. They turn to the library door. The cop is on the phone. Cop. And who shall I say is calling? He listens and then replies sarcastically. Oh, yes. And I'm the Pope. There is torment of anger and abuse shouted down the line. You're serious? More abuse. Okay, sir. I'll try, sir, but I'm locked in a room here. He goes to the door, jiggles the handle, and then calls out to the door. Cop, let me out of here. You have no right to shut me in. I'll book you for... I'll end it there.
Our minute ends. Wow. So pretty close, I think. Wisely, the cutting Colonel Mustard asking if that sound that they heard was the phone ringing.
Yeah, no. Yeah, what else could it be?
Was that the phone? No.
No, that wasn't it.
That wasn't it. That was.
What do you think about leaving the key in the door? I mean, that's there.
Yeah,
then...
interesting. I wonder if we should go back and see. Did he actually leave the key in the door?
I don't believe.
I don't think so.
No.
Either.
So look here. Let me put this on big screen for you.
All right.
This is Wadsworth. Here, we'll just have the lead up here.
Door, and he locks, and it's hard to tell.
Hard to tell. It doesn't.
We need that 4K.
Need the 4K. Yeah, because this looks like the keyhole here.
Yeah,
and I don't
we're
see
looking at
the
door right now, and Brad has been kind of to
That's
zoom in
definitely the
on the
lock.
keyhole or the lock, yeah, and it looks like Wadsworth has taken he's so smooth that he just took that key right out. I don't think it really matters. He opens the door in about 30 seconds.
Yeah, so what do you think the idea in the script would be to do that?
What now? They don't know.
Yeah.
That's the question. Yeah, it would be
Why
very
leave the
interesting to
key
see. Well, he goes into Butler instinct, which is nice, which is just,
Mhm.
I don't know what to do, clean up. But then were they going to go search the house some more? Are they still convinced that there's somebody? Well, they do go search the house later, so I guess they are. They're still convinced there's somebody hiding in the house, which seems ridiculous, but all right. I think
Let me
just
ask
the
you this.
cop being there is really throwing them off, even though they are expecting the police to arrive. But it never occurs to them that this is what we talked about. You mentioned this last time. That is this the police showing up, but no one assumes that that's what's happened, even though they say, the police are coming, the police are here.
Now let me ask you.
And I'm also wise, I think, getting rid of one of the Mr. Greens. I didn't do it in the script. We got it. He didn't do it.
Yeah, return to the well one too many times. But this is what I want to ask you. Do you enjoy the version of how this scene plays out that we get in the film with the cop on the phone? There's a little bit more. I think there's a lot more mystery in the film version than what was in the original script. But which one do you prefer?
Yeah, after you read that where he says that, and I'm the Pope, it just is unnecessary because really, again, as we know, since we're in 59, we're an hour in, and the movie is already, ever since the motorist got on the phone, has taken a more serious tone. Obviously, there's still humor in it, but this is another kind of scary scene, and the John Moore score definitely kicks in again when the cop says, "And who shall I say is calling?" It's pretty mysterious, and I think it would have taken a little punch out of it if, even though he does play a very silly joke in a second, the cop he's got jokes. He's a funny cop, finally. And but he doesn't. But in the movie version, he definitely believes that he is talking to somebody, and never doubts it. Which is he's very trusting cop. Might be his downfall.
He is a trusting cop.
He takes everything at face value, and he will for the next few minutes. He's just okay.
Well, he's very okay, and
he's
given
very
that
okay.
we know. Given he's very okay at his job, but given that we know who he is talking to, there's hindsight 2020. Looking at this now, there is a slight believability issue, like why would the cop not be more alarmed by this? Is this it's a convenience of the script? Maybe that he's just like, oh, this is who it is. Here's the
okay. Who would make a prank call about that, I guess, but he will take it seriously in the next minute for a little bit, but he's going to forget about it very quickly.
Well, you know what? We might as well get into the next minute.
Yeah, I don't even want to think about it anymore. I just want to stop right here. I will mention this though, because this episode of Clue the Movie Podcast drops, as we like to say, on December 11th, 2023. Clue the movie was released in theaters on December 13th, 1985. So this week, Wednesday, is the 13th of 2023. That is the 38th anniversary of a day that will live in infamy. Wrong December date, but a day that will live in infamy. Clue coming out of theaters and not being hugely successful. But it was not a good week, as we've talked in past of movie releases, and we could talk about it more maybe the next week, since that day will pass and we'll be living 38 years in the future of everybody knowing Clue did not do well that opening weekend.
Well, I will say December the 13th is my father-in-law's birthday, and December the 14th, my birthday.
Hey,
31. Look,
you were just gonna let that pass by, that your birthday is coming up?
Gotta sneak that one in there in case I want to get some good birthday tweets, is what I want on X.
Little Johnny Carson there too.
Oh yes,
we gotta sneak it out the bio.
Dippity zoo. Anyway, that is Jeff Smith.
Well, happy birthday, Brad Gilmore.
Thank you. My name is the Bo Brad Gilmore, and we'll be back next week with 60 minutes.
And Brad Gilmore will be 31 years old. You'll hear the difference in his voice.
It'll be a little bit lower, and we'll see y'all.
Yes, more mature.